Welcome to the Chef's Kitchen. I'm your host, Maria Valletta, and we're at Harry's Seafood Grill today in Wilmington, Delaware, with a Chef's Kitchen favorite, Executive Chef Dave Banks. Welcome to the show. Welcome
Thanks.
back to the show.
Thanks a lot. Welcome
It's a
to my
pleasure-
kitchen.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be in this kitchen. I've been in other kitchens cooking with you, and I'm really looking forward to what we're making today. What are we going to make, Chef?
We're representing our focus on the Southern cuisine of New Orleans today on this show.
New Orleans.
And we've got some seafood, some crawfish, and some clams, and then a little bit of the New Orleans style of the Trinity and pork belly in
pork
this
belly.
operation. So we're working on that. We've got 3 things to do. We're going to start cooking, and we'll do it.
Let's hop to it.
All right. The Trinity, which is actually 4 ingredients, which is interesting in itself, is celery, onion, bell pepper, and then garlic.
Oh.
And because garlic just goes in everything seemingly, so that's the that's known as the Trinity.
Mirepoix, but their fancy version of it.
It is their mirepoix, and it's kind of interesting when you think about it, because that is their they call it the Trinity. And I think it's hilarious. But what we're doing is we're going to make green bell pepper. We're going to do a crawfish dish. So in that Trinity is the garlic, and then salt and cayenne pepper. We're going to make a crawfish dip, and that dip is made with a little bit of cream cheese and cream and some sherry wine and lemon and
lots of
green
ingredients
onion.
in this one.
This is we're going to do simultaneous work. So right here we've got the Trinity going in with the garlic, and that's going to be for the dip. We're going to let that simmer real quick. Then we're going to put a little bit of wine and some heavy cream into it, a little pinch of cayenne, and we're going to put a couple other ingredients, some horseradish and some mustard. The other dish with the 2 dishes with the Trinity are a clam dish, and then a green tomato, which is right in season right now, and green tomato and hard-boiled eggs, so with pork belly, so it's a little version of bacon and eggs.
So these are your green tomatoes.
That's the green tomato. So a little version of bacon and eggs right there.
Which reminds me of when we did the brunch episode together.
You remember-
Kitchalines.
Remember the bacon and eggs?
I
yeah.
remember, yep.
With that bourbon glaze?
That was so good.
That was pretty good, yeah.
And you did that 20-second omelet.
You like that? It's funny.
Okay, where are we at, Chef?
All right, here we've got the Trinity in here. We've added a little garlic for flavor. We've got the Trinity in here. We've added a little garlic for flavor. This one
Smells great.
This one's going to get the pork belly. Here's the pork belly. right
Okay,
there,
this is a pork belly. You've got some seasoning on this.
This is roasted up with just a little bit of seasoning. And so we're going to take this and we're going to jack it up a little bit and fry that pork belly in there just a little bit. Then we're going to take it down with a little chicken stock. This, for the dip, gets no pork belly.
Okay.
And it just gets a little bit of sherry wine, that little
This one
carafe
here.
right there. Drop
All
that
right.
sherry in there.
Oh yeah, that's sherry.
See that? Drop it in, all of it. Perfect. And then heavy cream. We're going to bring that down hard.
You can't use light cream on this one?
No, this tightens up really nice, and it'll boil up hard, and it'll come down, and we'll cream cheese it, and we'll cayenne it. We'll put a little mustard and a little bit of horseradish in it.
This is some serious stove we've got back here at the Seafood Grill.
You feel the heat?
Yeah.
So this is, we're going to fry that up a little bit. That pork belly will start to render just slightly.
Got this on some high heat here.
We've got it working, and we've got the pot size right. So a little tip and technique on when you're working with heavy cream, choose a big enough pot, because that cream will almost double in volume as it foams.
Yeah, and you
then
don't want
it'll
it
come down. Yeah,
spilling
so
over.
it's like boiling rice. When we get rice boiling and we come out the lid. So pick a big enough pot. Just
Okay.
experience will tell you that. There's no real rule.
Either that or you'll have a messy cleanup situation.
Right. So what we're doing there is we've got this belly is just frying up a little bit. I don't really want to brown too much the Trinity, but I do want it to fry a little bit. So we're going to put a little chicken stock. I'm going to walk forward.
Oh, you've got it
And
over
so
there.
this is the base for our clams and our green tomato and hard-boiled egg.
Stay tuned for more from Harry's Seafood Grill. We're back with Chef Dave Banks of Harry's Seafood Grill.
We're going to take just a little bit of cayenne pepper.
A little extra in for me.
You want a little extra? Okay.
Thank you.
And you know what? We'll throw some in there too because.
I love spice.
And that's fine. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of horseradish, a little bit of mustard in that. There, we're done, and we're a little bit velvety and smooth. I didn't hit you with that. And at that point,
I got an apron on. I'm good.
At that point, Maria, we'll turn it off. All right, we'll let that simmer. We'll turn it off. We're going to put the cream cheese into this right now.
All right.
So let's do that.
I'm guessing this is the cream cheese.
That is it.
Either that or a giant pat of butter.
And that's cream cheese, and that is going to work.
This is going to be
one
rich dish.
That's all.
But you said it's a dip, right?
It's a dip. It's a dip with the crawfish. So we just put the cream cheese into it. All right?
So is
and
this...
it'll melt down.
I see that.
And it'll melt down nice and smooth.
Is this a dish that you're serving currently on Harry's Seafood Grill's menu?
This is a dish that we ran for our Mardi Gras specials, and it's going to show up on one of our other restaurants' menus shortly.
So tell me about Harry's Hospitality Group and all the restaurants that you have and your part in the industry or the whole group.
We've got 5 operations that we're running. We've got Harry's Seafood Grill where we are today. We've got Harry's Savoy Grill and Harry's Savoy Ballroom.
Yes,
and
I've been there.
We've got a fish market near this
right
restaurant,
down the street.
right across in the marketplace. And so that's 4 operations: Fish Market, Seafood Grill,
and Kid Shaleem's.
And Kid Shaleem's. And that's a crawfish dip. Now what I want to do is, it's a little bit tight. This just shows you that you can adjust things as you go. Just a little teeny bit of that heavy cream right there. Just the littlest bit. Go ahead, just to smooth me out a little bit. Go ahead. Don't be shy. There you go. I like it.
All right.
I like it. Now,
So the crawfish you put in, they're already...
They're cooked
already
crawfish meat. It comes packaged in its own fattiness. It's like you see that little bit of yellows.
Yeah.
It's actually very good flavor.
Yeah.
And not heavily processed, just pretty simple stuff. So what we'll do is platter up this crawfish dip. I'm going to put a little bit of green onion in it.
Is this our plate?
That's it. All I need is the iron dish off of that.
Okay.
So we'll do that. And we're going to take a taste of it real quick.
Ooh, let's do that.
Yeah, because I want to make sure I have enough cayenne in it.
Yeah?
I don't think so.
Uh-oh.
But we know how to fix that. Okay?
I would put more.
Yeah, me too.
I'm in agreement.
So we're going to let that, we're not going to kill it, but we're going to just let it know it's there a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put a little bit, I don't know if I wrote this in the recipe, but I always like a little bit of lemon.
Freshen
in it.
everything up. Nice
Yeah,
and
it kind of
bright.
brightens it, exactly. So we're going to fill that casserole,
All right.
fill it up. It's about half of what you have in your spoon. That's perfect. I like it. All right, so we're going to drop that in.
Oh, that looks so pretty, Chef.
All right, so
I like the presentation. Oh, into the oven.
And we'll pop that in the oven or under a broiler, and if time permits, we may even, torch it and brown the top. But we'll figure that out. So we've got 2 different dishes that we're going to do with this Trinity here. So right there, and those handles are hot, so don't reach out and grab those.
Okay, I won't
So
do that.
right there.
I should keep a towel on me just in case
So
I grab
look,
anything.
so this is what we're doing. This is one dish, and that'll be for the bacon and eggs. And this is another dish, and that'll be for the clams. Okay?
So this is great. You've really prepped the base for 2 dishes in that one pan.
Yeah, and then you can do that, and it's sometimes you would like have it just made and then pick things up to order with this just a little bit already done.
So a little evening out. Put a
Well,
little
yeah,
pepper and celery over there. And a little pork belly over here.
I didn't count them, but they're exact now.
Got it. Exact.
They're exact now. So we're gonna take this, turn them on a little bit again.
Okay.
We're gonna have a little more stock.
I have to say this is the first time I've been in Harry's Seafood Grill, and it is a gorgeous, gorgeous restaurant.
The waterfront location that you have And even if you're not sitting outside and you have all this lovely outside seating,
lot of windows.
the
it looks
windows
good, yeah.
even makes you feel when you're inside like you're outside. And all of the like really cool lamps and chandeliers that you have hanging, and you've got that beautiful starfish,
that starfish,
on the ceiling.
yeah.
So much to look at. It's really fun.
Well, I think it's fun too. There's a
Yeah.
sculpture on the wall with the steel fish that was done by a artist in Philadelphia.
Really?
Who and we saw him again because we had to paint the wall and he had to come and remove this stuff and put it exactly back. And it was this. It's a nice sculpture.
That's great. Plus, it's a local artist, which supports the community.
Right. So I've got.
What kind of clams are we
These
using
are
here?
little neck clams. These
Little
are
neck.
fresh little neck clams, and they're going to steam. I'm going to grab a pan. No, I have it. So when we drop that in,
Yep.
we just put a little cover on that and
I
let
love
that
that secret
and let
lid
that-
thing. If you don't have a lid around, just use a
Just
pan.
invert a pan and let that go.
Stay tuned for more favorites from New Orleans at Harry's Seafood Grill. We're back with more from Harry's Seafood Grill.
This one is where we're going to take and do a little bit of green tomato in that and let that cook down almost thick. This is going to be kind of a little an appetizer in a dish, for like snacks, like a bar snack
Okay.
or a little thing. It's
Little
just like
bites.
little bites, and they're
Goodness.
so we're
Southern goodness.
yeah, and a little pork belly, and that's it. We're going to check our dip, and it's working.
He's
hard.
bubbling, but he needs another minute or two,
Needs a little time. She's going to open up pretty soon. I had a couple
Yeah,
of.
how do you time the clams so
well,
that
when,
you really
when
get
they
them just
open,
right?
you look at them when they open. If they're always like 3 or 4 open first, and then a few are not opening, and if you just shake them a little bit, just give them a little,
Oh, really?
and just tell them that you want them to open, then they
Make it happen.
usually do. And if they don't, then sometimes you force it. But so that's a nice green tomato, right? This
Yeah.
is obviously it's not turned to big summer red tomatoes yet. So when you get them when they're green, they've got a nice use for them. Again, that's going to get a little touch of cayenne. Go ahead, drop that in. We're not going to forget our green onion in that. We're going to finish the clam with a little bit of butter. Don't let me forget that.
So this is just finely
Okay.
chopped scallions.
Right, and we're going to finish that clam with a little bit of that white vermouth
Oh yeah.
as well.
You could smell the herbal flavors in the vermouth.
Yeah, and I like cooking with vermouth because it's not as acrid as a white, and it's a good finish. It's a good finish, and it's a good.
Little chicken stock.
Yeah, we're gonna get just a little more broth action working here, and they will do their thing. We're gonna force the issue a little bit. We're gonna continue that. How about a little pinch of cayenne in that?
Yes. Got it.
We're going to definitely, because the tomatoes will love the salt. We'll check that we're not too much salt. And I'm going to not use that and use my industrial strength salt. So I just want to
Oh
make sure.
yeah. What's in that? That's kosher?
This is kosher, and that's salty enough.
Okay.
Take these
Okay.
croutons.
What's actually on the croutons?
That's a whole grain mustard, and I just put a little bit of chive into it
Okay.
and it's a mixture here. So these, just line them right up
Yep.
like that. This is where we're going to put our casserole dish.
I just realized
we,
that.
we make our doilies from our old menus.
I think that's so great.
It's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, but you're recycling and reusing. Why not?
Right. So the key to this, Maria, is to let it cook long enough that things actually get a little bit supple, so that it's not hard. It wants to be soft and supple for that hard-boiled egg, basically our bacon and eggs. So
these you hard boiled ahead of time?
right, these are what I think is perfect. Just a little bit of egg there, and we'll find one.
The secret is just not to have any of that greenish brown color, right?
And tip and technique on that one, there's you got to cool them long enough in ice water. If you just think they're cool for a few minutes, that egg's continuing to cook inside.
Yeah.
And you got to cool them long enough.
So get a big bowl, fill it with
well,
ice.
yeah, sometimes I'm forced to put a
Water.
time on it, and I tell people 15 minutes, no less, and then that works. But when you cool them down fast enough, you won't get that gray-green.
Yeah.
What
That's
happens.
a great tip, Chef.
So Bingo. You see
Oh,
what happened to
yeah.
the clams? And those are perfect right there. So we're going to take that.
Because I don't cook clams often, I would definitely have to use a clear lid so I can see what's going on.
Yeah, you can always peekaboo at it and take a look, and you're cool. And then that's doing its thing.
You're cool. I love that.
And then we're going to just calm that down because we're going to platter this up. I'm going to check this. Okay, I'm happy.
Oh, I see some nice browning coming on. the
Okay,
top.
and that's
And the color really brightened up too.
right. And we don't need to torch that or anything, but because that did what in the oven, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
What we do want to do is show some really pretty green onion there.
Nice garnish.
Right. A little bit of butter in this clam dish. Right.
Butter makes everything better.
a
Kind of
little-
like bacon.
A little bit. And a little bit of butter there. And then to finish that clam, that's where we're going to use a
Vermouth.
little bit of that vermouth.
Now, do you like your alcohol when you add it to your dishes, whether it's wine or vermouth, to be room temperature? Does it make it less of an explosion?
No,
or-
I never really thought about it.
Okay.
We generally things are warm back here, so there's.
Not an issue.
Yeah, I've never kept it in a refrigerator for any reason. I don't know why not, but I don't know why either.
You probably don't
So-
need to really put it in the fridge because you're going through it
So if we
so
do,
quickly.
if we
These
do
smell
that,
wonderful.
are they
Chef.
good? Yeah. So we get a little pork belly and the Trinity in there, and I've made more than one order. We would do about 3 or 4 clams in that for a portion. And
Look
that,
how beautiful the color of that broth is.
it is, and it's as delicious and rich as it looks.
Well, the crew will be happy about that. That we've got a little extra to go around.
The crew is always happy when there's food.
Stay tuned for more with Chef Dave Banks. We're back with more favorites from New Orleans at Harry's Seafood Grill.
Creating a beautiful lineup here, Chef.
All right. And then we're going to do the same thing with
Do you
the...
have a special menu just for the bar here
We-
at Harry's Seafood Grill?
We do. We've got we call it a seafood tapas bar, and it's got the sashimis and ceviches and oysters.
Oh, that's right. I
and-
saw a
and-
lot of crudos on the menu
And
too.
some crudos and other fun things. Just
So
show.
this is our bacon and eggs.
This is a small version of bacon and eggs. Again, it's just a little dish that we're playing with to see if it'll be accepted and fun. And this is the one where we'll take definitely a little salt on that egg.
Okay.
Right over the egg, and the salt comes out that end.
Oh, it
Sorry.
does. Okay. Thank you for the tip.
There you
we
go.
Yeah, it could be fun too. Well, and you've got already the pork belly and all the flavors going on, but you could probably even do a little deviled egg
You
in here too.
you could, and
That could be fun.
you could. You're going to see a version of deviled egg in another show,
Oh yeah.
which is
Well,
interesting.
we're cooking all day. I'm happy
Interesting
about
that
that.
you mentioned it. And then we're going to take just a little bit of cayenne right over that
That
egg.
looks beautiful. Definitely
Okay.
needed that.
So that'll help it out.
Oh, Chef, this is such a beautiful presentation you set up.
Okay.
I can't wait to taste it.
Well, this is kind of bar food, and this time of year we're looking at beers. There's a local brewery in Delaware, Dogfish.
Dogfish Head, I know
Brewery.
them.
Yeah, this is their 60-minute IPA. It's citrusy. It's got some grassiness.
Yeah.
It goes great with some spice. So we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
That's drinkable.
Thanks for making this, Chef.
I should have
Cheers.
toasted first. So see how ignorant I am.
It's
The,
lovely. I think Indian pale ales are just fantastic for bar food and for this time of year when it starts to warm up.
So we got crawfish.
All
The
right.
design is, to put it on a crouton. There's no elegant
Oh,
way
I
to
need
eat
the
that.
spoon. Okay.
Yeah, I do that.
Let me just dig in. You make one too.
Okay, Mom. All right, see what I told you? You gotta. There's.
Make a mess of
probably-
myself.
Probably get you a plate or a napkin. You okay?
I have a napkin. I'm good.
Crouton's still spongy inside a little bit. That's good. The mustard brings out a
I
little.
can taste the
Yeah,
mustard.
a little more,
That is so good.
dynamic to the dish or whatever.
It's rich, but it's really still bright with
Great
the
for sharing. It's a fun, good flavor. Got some
Mustard
spice to it.
What should I try next? Do you think go
I
for
would
the
go
clams or the
clams
eggs?
because they would get cold faster.
Okay, let's go for it. Oh, this one even has a piece of pork belly in it. I got lucky.
And you might not think of you know, pork belly in a seafood restaurant, but the style of cuisine just calls for it. And
if you think about like the andouille sausage they use in the cuisine and so forth.
and it just works.
The other thing I like to do is grab a little shell and the broth, which is so good.
That is
that's
good.
fantastic.
So those, and again, the broth, the
Alright.
Trinity, you dip your bread, you can find a way to get croutons or
Let's
bread.
go for the egg here. Let me get a little bite,
And the
cut
pork
him
belly
in
got
half.
supple. It's got a little edge to it, but it got soft. The bell pepper and celery got a little bit soft.
And the
but-
tomato, right? The green tomatoes in here?
Oh, yeah.
Or is that in here?
I was thinking that no, green tomatoes is here. Yeah. So, a little pork belly
That
and
egg
egg.
is cooked perfectly.
It's good. It's a hard-boiled egg. It's probably the easiest thing to mess up and the easiest thing to make right. It's
And with a
it's
refreshing
confusing to
beer,
people.
it just brings it all together. Thank you, Chef. Thanks for being on the Chef's Kitchen. Again, we're always happy to have you here with us.
My pleasure.
And it's a pleasure, and I look forward to working with you many more times in the future. Cheers
Thanks
to New Orleans and you,
to Harry Seafood Grill.
Harry Seafood Grill.
It's time to have some fun, and Harry's Seafood Grill on the waterfront is where it happens. Our creative approach to seafood is the highlight of our menu, from the oyster bar with sashimi and ceviche to award-winning crab cakes, the freshest fish, and lobsters from Maine. It's here and delicious. But the real fun happens at our bar, 50 wines by the glass, a large selection of craft beers, and a variety of small plates that makes dining fun. All this combined with the best place to meet old and new friends. Harry's Seafood Grill. Get hooked on where it happens.